So here we are at Birds Amusements with Don Bird and George Bird. And Birds has been such an iconic part of Puck Fair down the years. What do you remember of Puck Fair down the years, and how long has Birds been coming?
Well, my fondest memory personally is being greeted by the youngsters here at the corner of Fair Green every season when we would arrive with our equipment, and they would be guessing what was contained in each trailer or truck that passed by. And it always surprised me that a lot of them actually guessed it very, very well. And for me, those are my fondest memories of Killorglin.
And how long has Birds been coming to Killorglin?
As far back as 1937, my grandfather operated in Puck Fair as Birds. But my grandfather actually married into the business. He married a MacDonald, and MacDonald's operated a Funfair called Caledonian. And the history of Caledonian Funfair travelling in Ireland, it goes back decades beyond that even. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to determine exactly when, but certainly into about 1884, 1885 sort of time.
And George, would you know anything about the rides that were way back in the 1930s?
Well, of course, back then was the swinging boats. Well, if you remember when you used to sit on and move the boat yourself physically by pulling on the rope. Things have changed and evolved a little bit since then. But now and again, we do go back to the past. Recently, we had the slide back here. It was a big success for 2 years. So, and as you see there in the background, we have the traditional carousel here. And still, we always have to have some of the old equipment. It is appreciated by the people.
And you're always innovating and bringing in new rides. What have been one of your most popular rides down the years, do you think?
Well, for Killorglin, certainly the bumpers, as they're known, but we fondly prefer to term them as dodgems. That would be, for a lot of people in Killorglin and Kerry generally, the dodgems would be, I suppose, the top ride. But as Georgie said, we have to innovate all the time. We have to introduce something that's different, something that's new, something that will literally fit too on the space that we have available here in the Fair Green. As you can see, there's quite a slope here on the ground, Evan, so it's not everything that you could potentially locate here.
Yes.
But I think we have a great family mix here. We cater for all age groups.
Absolutely.
I was only just briefly talking to a woman there a moment ago, and I had to remark that she's a grandmother now, and I spotted her in the dodgems with her grandchild. And I said, that's great now, 3 generations of you now in the dodgems,
Yes.
you know?
Yes. And talking about innovating, George, what kind of things might you have in mind in the future? What could we look forward to?
Well, we're always travelling on the continent looking at the different equipment that's coming new. So it's hard to say what would appear here next year. As you can see in the background, we have the Ultra Buzz and the Frisbee, which are the popular teenager rides. But as Don says, it's a mix, family event, and we have to cater for all ages. So it depends on what is the flavour of the month on the continent.
And throughout the year, you're very busy. How important has Puck been, or is Puck within your calendar year?
Oh, Puck, for me and for George too, Puck is critical. I was actually born in Kerry on 14th of August, so I celebrate my birthday always around Puck Fair. And I would feel very empty even if I had to skip Puck Fair. I just wouldn't feel right. Somebody has often said to me over the years a particular fair was a bad fair, and I said no, the only bad Puck Fair is the one we won't actually be able to attend.